to Spawn Respawn, a weekly podcast dedicated to gaming news, culture, and nostalgia. Yo. Boys, what's up?
Yo.
What's good?
No, video games.
Whoa.
What, you guys want to hear some shit about some video games?
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk about some video games?
Hell yeah.
All right, well, let's give the people what they want. So, today we're going to be talking about a bunch of cool stuff, like the games that we've been playing, as we usually do. Yeah. We're going to be discussing Valve's latest announcement, which is going to be super exciting, especially for little old me, as well as Resident Evil 3 Remake. Is it real? Well, stay tuned to find out. But before we get into all of that, my name is Dylan Smith, and I am joined by Kat Jerrison and Elliot Porter.
Hey, yeah, how you going?
Wow, that was a much lower energy, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yo, what's up?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
By the way, can I just say that was a brilliant introduction? So good. Set the scene.
You guys are going to... if you can't hear this in my voice, I'm blushing. Like,
Oh,
little
so
rosy
cute.
cheek, little cherub that I am.
So cute.
Before we crack into all of this, guys, how you going? You going good? Elliot,
Yeah.
what's going on?
I'm just still, reeling from finishing 2 incredible games this week.
I was going to say, reeling is the perfect word.
Reeling.
My mind was mushed.
I'm still stranding, but
I'm still considering, the food my brain was provided.
I'm still connecting the dots.
The dots.
You know what I mean? Well, that's good. What about you, Kat? How you going?
I'm the exact same. I'm just... My waking moments are filled with considerations about what has happened.
Contemplation.
Exactly.
Pontificate more upon your
Absolutely.
thoughts.
What about you, Dylan?
Oh, I'm going good. I'm still on my leave. I've been away from work for 2 weeks, so I've been
Dang.
hard chilling, big chilling. I haven't done much. I've done the things that I wanted to do. I guess this little holiday break, which was really just finishing games.
Staycations are nice, man.
Yeah.
Gotta give that.
I need to
do want to leave the
book
house
one.
more. It's been good. I've been doing a lot of. I've been
Go
going to
walk
the
in
gym.
the park
I've
and
been
then get hailed on.
Actually, though, I've been doing a lot of. There's a little reserve at the back of my house, and I've been doing a lot of running around there. The other night we had this flash storm that came out of nowhere. The one that Elliot, you were like, incoming.
Yeah, true.
You guys capping the storm, and I was like, I can hear it, but then I was out there having a bit of a stroll around, listening to the Death Stranding soundtrack, basically getting all melancholy and getting all sad boy. It's been like, don't be so serious, and I was like, maybe I won't be so serious, but
wiping a tear away.
and then I was like, oh, it's really nice. It's just
It's my chiral allergy. It's not tears.
just getting this real nice soft little rain, and I was like, this is a nice little walk, and then suddenly I was fucking drenched. It was coming down. I had to sprint from there.
It was nuts, dude. There was, for a hot 5-10 minutes, there was not 1 second that was devoid of thunder. It was wild.
And then there was the stormwater drain out the back of my house as well.
It just went all in her window and completely soaked her bed.
Oh,
So,
shit, dog.
To that I have to
probably
say,
still moist.
good.
Good.
What'd you learn?
Idiot.
Oh, wow. Good thing she probably doesn't listen to this.
No.
All right. Well, I'm glad we've had a little catch up there. It seems as if life is going swimmingly. Good to hear. In the stormwater drain, swimmingly.
Sumi.
Speaking of rain as well.
Chiral allergies in rain?
This
Ooh.
rain doesn't age us all.
That is very true. So
sucky.
We've all been playing Star Wars Jedi, Stank Wars Jedi Full On Order.
Yep.
Yes.
And we've been playing Death Stanking or Stranding.
And we've all finished both games.
Hell yeah.
Which is an achievement. I mean, Jedi Fallen Order was not too long. It was very digestible.
It was good.
But I'll tell you what, Death Stranding was a fucking it was a haul. Yeah, it was a haul of cargo
In a good way.
if you feel me.
What was your playtime at the end?
Oh, you know me.
47.
Mine too, exact, 47 something.
We're connected.
Hey, you guys are stranded hard.
Stranded.
I'm stranded because I left my console on for ages.
Oh,
I think I was at 68 hours or something like that.
okay.
Yeah.
But it wasn't me sitting there playing that for that long.
Yeah.
Because my likes didn't attest to that playtime, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
My Porter score wasn't even all that impressive.
At the end of the game.
Yeah. And our mate Luke, who's only on chapter 5 or whatever.
He's at 47 hours.
Yeah, and he has a bigger friggin' Porter score than all of us, and he has he had 100,000 likes by the time he was in chapter 4. I finished the game with 70,000 likes, and that's about it.
I can't remember. Mine was 74 or something like that, so not that much further away. And yeah, there were a lot of things in that I was like, oh. But I think I delivered 7.4 tons of cargo.
Nice.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
Well, before we jump into Death Stranding,
Yes.
I think we should give our final wrap-up thoughts of Jedi Fallen Order.
Yes, because we will be doing a spoiler cast for Death Stranding.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will.
After this.
Straight after this.
Literally,
We're going to
immediately.
talk hardcore shit. So it's like, here's your warning now. There'll be a warning in the title, but like if I get a single fucking on Twitter,
I think that
spoil the game for
I think
me.
we should just do that as a separate video.
I'm just
like
gonna
completely
delete-
separate video.
Oh no, it is.
podcast. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just going to delete the entire channel if I get just one comment.
Okay.
No.
Wow.
Nah.
So you heard him there. Just don't add him. Otherwise,
Or at me, I don't care. I don't get enough attention on Twitter. So at me.
follow us.
I want this channel to die. So no.
Whoa! All right, bruh.
No
Holy
way.
shit.
As if. All right. Now, awkward silence over.
So Fallen Order.
yes. Full on odor. Yes.
I'd finished it by last week, but you guys hadn't.
No, but now I have. How good?
And we finished it. Wait. Who finished it first?
Me.
Oh, right.
Oh, out of you
we
two.
know
sorry.
that you finished it first, Elliot.
He said who finished it first.
No, I actually, anyway. Because Death Stranding was a little bit
Oh,
different.
my mistake.
Fuck
Sorry.
you, cat.
That was a legitimate
You
question.
literally just said you finished
yeah.
it, but we hadn't.
Elliot finished it, Kat finished it, and then probably
then you
45 minutes after you finished it, I finished
Yeah.
it. Holy shit, dude. What a satisfying game and what a satisfying ending. Like,
So sick.
and like, I don't know how much we can spoil here.
Don't spoil anything. There's
spoil.
too much fucking bullshit on YouTube of people with like thumbnail of like, you won't believe the last boss, and it's like got huge spoilers in the thumbnails. It's like, come on, the game came out a fucking week ago. This is ridiculous.
I'm so glad I didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
Me
because By the
too.
time that shit popped up,
yeah.
the final boss who appears to be the
Yeah,
final
yeah.
boss is a big surprise and someone that you really wouldn't expect and who they reference extremely infrequently and very in an abstract way.
I think even
throughout
saying
the
that
game.
much is a little bit like you're inviting questions.
Speculation. That's fine. People
Questions
can
can,
speculate.
yeah, I mean, they
not
can
my fault.
either speculate or they can buy the game and finish it and find out.
And do it because it's fucking incredible.
Yeah, dude, 100%. And like even the final boss, the actual final boss, was a satisfying showdown.
Yeah, that was
Dude,
a
she
great
was
fight.
hard.
Yeah, hardcore.
For me, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you found her easier, but I found her hard.
I didn't
was
die
like,
at all.
leave me alone.
It was
I
the
died
easiest.
once with her, but
just
I
kidding.
also played on an easier difficulty than you.
I
Kat.
died so many times.
Did you finish it on Jedi Master?
Yeah, I didn't switch difficulty at any point. I was like,
I went to Jedi Knight for a bit.
I was mad. I was like, you're not gonna beat me, game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat you.
Nah, your Dark Souls condition though.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
But she was hard, man. And it was really annoying because, like, in the game, when you lose and the enemy gets your, like, souls or your experience or whatever, they glow yellow.
Yeah.
And then when they do their unblockable attacks and they're supposed to go red, they don't.
Yeah.
Because they're yellow.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, fuck you.
But all you had to
But
do
I
is
mean, you
hit
have to
it
hit it
once.
once and then you get it back. So
Yeah,
it's not
but-
like
Easier said on Jedi Knight difficulty
Yeah.
than Jedi
Yes.
Master.
You're right.
You couldn't hit her once because you had to hit her through a chain to then get her to stop blocking to hit her. So you couldn't do it unless you
Use force
like
slow.
behind her
yeah,
or-
occasionally you'd get it in one hit, but most of the time you wouldn't get it until she's finished a chain and you finished a chain and you've like defended to get her to break so you can hit her.
I always
sort of
found that
thing.
if you dodge behind them and then you give them a quick attack, sometimes it'll
Especially if you use force slow, like that is
Yeah.
such a handy tool when you're getting like
bit
Yeah.
OP, but yeah.
yeah, but you still only kind of get one hit in before it like
Yeah.
unslows them.
also
But very handy to get
to
these little extra
strategically
hits.
use it so that like if she damages me, I want to break her defenses before I hit her so that when I hit her, I get my XP and my health back without
yeah.
using my health because it was hard, man.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
real
Cool.
hard.
And how many stims did you have by that time?
8.
Wait, you had 8 stims?
8.
Really?
How
Yeah.
many stims did you have?
5?
I had 4.
You guys don't explore, do you?
No, I didn't explore.
I
I didn't
tried
really go
fucking
back.
8
Two,
stims? Jesus
and
fucking...
the only 2 I found were on Bogano. I didn't find them anywhere else.
Wait.
No, maybe I had 6. No, I had 5. Because you start with 3, don't you?
Start with 2.
Oh, maybe I found 3. Well, 2 on Bogano and 1
Elsewhere.
elsewhere. But yeah.
Oh my, 8?
Right, you
8.
do start with 2, sorry, yeah. Yeah, dude. I had 3 for like the majority of the game.
Yeah, I mean, because I had 2 for like a good amount, and then I found there's 2 on Bogano.
Right.
Yeah, I had 2 for a really long time as well. I think it's quite a while before you have the opportunity
You can't
to find
reach them
more.
on Bogano, yeah.
And then I just kept finding them. And I was like, hey, okay.
Because you need
That
all
sounds
those
like a
force
good number.
powers on Bogano to That
Yeah.
ball puzzle.
Yeah.
It took me so long to realize that I had to combine force and slow
Yeah.
to get to a
Yeah.
very specific spot to like push that thing across. But there you go.
And you could miss it as well. Like,
100%.
it could roll behind it and stuff. So,
I did
yeah.
miss it until like I came back before I went to the
Oh, me too. Yeah.
back to Endor.
Missed the puzzle.
to Kashyyyk.
Kashyyyk, yeah.
But that's also where you find your little furry companion,
Yeah.
which was
On your ship?
So
Which I didn't
cute.
even realize that he was on my ship.
What do you mean? It freaking flashes up and it's like,
It fully
you've got
tells
a
you.
stowaway.
Yeah, it actually.
See if you can find him
Yeah,
on
they
your ship
spo-
while you're doing things.
All
I
they
was
did
like-
was speak to me about it. They were like, "There's something eating on my food."
No, like
And
like
pops
when
up.
you help him, it comes up on screen and you have to like press like X to move past it.
or A or whatever. But
Yeah.
you probably,
I guess I was
You
just
just
like,
button
mashed
mashed.
it.
You were like, fuck
I'll
you.
be like, "Okay, cool. I helped a creature. No worries." I didn't read what it said, so
Yeah,
there you go. But then it was in the vents, like
Yeah.
the photo was.
I loved that because
Yeah.
when I found him the first time, I was like, "Oh, it's so cute."
You could hear him rustling around and shit.
When I went to sit down, you could see he like came under the table as well, under the hollow table.
Yeah.
and I was like, "He's there again!" And how the fuck has no one recognized him?
I know.
Like, how is like what's his
yeah,
name?
like
Sleaze.
Grease.
Grease.
Sleaze.
Sleaze.
I wish you could get little dudes from all the planets. That would be cute.
That would be amazing, and it would probably send like fucking Grease would probably send them out the airlock. If you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Go insane.
Did you
He
get
was
many
so
of the
protective.
seeds?
Yeah, I got all of them.
Nice.
I got like 4 of them.
I think I got 4 or 5.
I think I got all of them because the whole thing
4,
was
I think.
full and
I'm still
legitimately couldn't see another
fucking
spot to put one. So,
so confused that you got 8
Did you go back and explore?
no.
Like before you
Playing
finished the game?
No.
Okay.
8 stims?
8 steams, yeah.
Where?
Yeah,
I didn't
what?
expect
I
an actual like response to that.
I thought I fucking explored shit, but
So did I, because I was looking in the
I got
map.
to a point where I,
all the
like-
areas where it's like where you can go and it says unexplored or
yeah,
available.
yeah.
You know how in that one area there's all that huge this area I didn't realize was an actual area in the game, so that's why I'm sharing it with you. Is Bogano the one with the ice underground?
No, Bogano's
No,
like the
that's the
place with
first
the
one.
temple one.
Yeah. What's that one with the ice underground?
What's the ancient race?
Shit. Zepho.
Zepho.
Zepho,
Yeah.
yeah.
So on Zepho, when you go, there's an area where there's all this huge water section and there's a circle in the middle with a big dude in it. And you got
Yeah.
to jump around.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a giant ship crashed there. Once you get back with extra powers, you can get up inside it and there's a whole other area in there.
Yeah.
I found one stim in there, so if you
Holy
want
shit.
one, you can
no,
go in
'cause
there.
I remember that Sleaze, Grease or whatever his name is, he mentions it and he said like you should go back to Zepho and check out that,
Yeah.
that
So
shit.
yeah.
every
And
time
I looked it up and I was
on
like, I just want to finish the game.
Every
Yeah, I kind of got to
time
that point as well.
I got in my ship and they were like, we should head here, even though it wasn't the main thing. I would be like, okay, and I'd go to it. So
Yeah.
maybe
Okay.
That's
I
good.
extra explored while I was playing, sort of
the
thing.
game does point you in those directions. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
It's like you got an ability, and there's this place over here that you could go to. I hope you haven't forgotten.
And that's kind of what I like got to the point where I was like, all right, I've finished this boss. Now I have to go here, and I'm not going to go back and really explore.
Yeah.
Like I
be-
must have missed stuff that I could climb, or I could double
Yeah.
jump over,
Yeah.
or whatever. So
But you get completely de-incentivized to go back and do that.
Yeah, I don't think the incentives of different tarps for my body is good enough, really. to
Unless like
explore.
I think
one of the best parts
Stims
about
is-
Dark Souls is that you could redo boss fights
yeah,
and that you could do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and if
For
you
some of them.
what do you call that that item that you'd use to reset an area?
yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, you could.
Bonfire aesthetic.
Yeah, that's it.
Aesthetic.
No.
no, bonfire
Aesthetic.
aesthetic.
Is
yeah.
that the one that reset the area or made that no one could invade you? I don't know.
No,
Either
that's
way,
the one that reset the area.
You could go to like
100%.
your meditation point and reset the area. It would be harder. You could play it again. But
which gave it mad replayability.
yeah, the other bit that really helps with Dark Souls is that if you go back to an exploring area, you're going to find new weapons and things that you can
Yeah.
use, and which is a huge incentive because that's fun AF, and new armors and stuff, which is
Fully.
not.
there were bosses that I think I
Not
just
at all.
skipped
So
as
they
well.
missed that replayability
Yeah.
aspect of the
They
game,
missed it
which is a
hard.
shame.
Yeah.
Because
wanna-
it's the areas are great.
Yeah.
And like it would have been worth doing that. And if they had, I wouldn't want to say fog walls, but the opportunity to redo bosses, I would want to fight the Ninth Sister again. And like, but then again, I probably don't want to climb all the way back up to that fucking.
Yeah, that was a
tree.
That was
It
a
Yeah, the
slog.
lack of
that was a great
teleporting
mission
is a
though.
slog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great fight, and it was a great area, memorable. But I
Yeah.
don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
I wish my biggest wish. I know the replayability is a huge thing, but I wish it was like 2 planets bigger. Like
Yeah.
I think the pacing was a bit too quick for me.
Right.
And there were sections where I was like, oh, I've moved on immediately from that thing. Like there's no build in there. And I think especially after playing Death Stranding, like its pacing's really good. And every time you get to a next step, it feels really rewarding.
Yeah.
And obviously Jedi's just a lot smaller, so it's not quite the same. And, you know, maybe I'm asking too much, but I'd like at least one extra area, you know?
And I would have
Fair.
liked to have felt a lot more powerful
Yeah.
than I did.
I thought I did by the end. Like,
Oh, I
don't
mean,
know.
it's just, it still feels like, even if you upgrade all your force abilities and stuff, and you maximize your force meter, I still felt like I would use a few heavy attacks, and then I'm like, oh, gotta wait.
yeah,
for force to
I
recharge.
was doing
smack
that
some
as well.
dudes.
Yeah.
Gotta use
The ability to
freaking
stim
Yeah.
and regain your force is very handy, but I
Yeah,
found
but
the same thing. Yeah,
I
like
didn't do that.
I didn't do that either.
Yeah.
I was managing that a lot. Like, fuck, I've got no force. Like, I can't even do that. Like the overhead. Like,
Yeah, and I was like,
which is
always
really
use the
annoying.
standard.
Why
It should
can I not
use
do an
less-
overhead attack without the force?
Yeah, why
Like,
does that require force? Like, understandable if you couldn't do the chain of heavy attacks.
Yeah.
But like even one heavy attack. Like
Yeah.
that, for the combat to work, I reckon you need to have that variety of that.
You have a stamina bar as well.
Yeah.
You should use the heavy attacks on that, and then you can't block as much afterward.
The stamina bar,
That's your punishment.
That would have been a
That would've been
huge
much
change
better.
to the gameplay, and it would have.
but they call it the
Made it
block
better.
bar, don't they? Like the block meter.
but like
so they could have called it
that's
stamina.
an easy fix to be like, if you do a heavy attack, you have less ability to block, so it's an advantage and a punishment at the same time. You
But
know?
if it was like even half of what it did to your force meter,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
also
Yeah.
took some away from the block bar,
Yeah.
that would have been fair.
And I think that those are things that like hopefully in a sequel they refine to be really like
I think a
super
sequel
tight.
will be hopefully like
Way better.
as good as this game was, like mind blowing, because they'll be able to see so much feedback from this.
Yeah.
And that it's
How
a
do you
great
reckon?
game, but
Like how are the sales numbers? Does anyone know how it's selling?
I don't know. Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
interesting to see.
Because everyone's talking about it.
Everyone's talking
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. And a lot of people I know are playing it, and bought it.
Me
and
too,
whatnot.
yeah.
Yeah.
and they're gonna have to tie up his story somehow. He dies in the next couple of years. Well, he disappears, right?
Well, right, like with like,
Also,
I mean, there could be like Jedi's in hiding during like the
I assume
Empire and
so,
shit,
yeah.
but yeah, like
that's a
common knowledge is
that
like
would be.
they're all dead in. A
Well,
New
he
Hope,
was
so-
hiding himself.
Yeah,
right?
he was hiding
Yeah.
at the start anyway. But like
How did they even find him at the start?
those,
He uses the force in front of a fucking
cameras.
probe droid.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
In his flashbacks when he's a kid to the time when you play the game, that's a 5-year gap. He
Yeah.
grows up a fucking
Hella
lot. Like,
Hella quick. Yeah.
what? Maybe he's not human.
But like that was weird, and I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. But like,
I don't. How old is he supposed to be in that flashback? How old would you have guessed he
I
was?
don't like 12.
Yeah, right.
But he's not 17. He's got to be older than that in like
He's just
the
a
game.
fucking old-looking 17-year-old.
Yeah.
And he was taking down some big boys throughout the game.
Yeah.
Like for a 17-year-old, like he's
Yeah.
pretty well set.
Maybe he's meant to be like 15, but he looks so
he
young.
looks tiny. Like I'm really bad at guessing ages, admittedly, but I would have put him in like the 8 to 12 bracket. So
When he
terrible.
was young.
Yeah.
when he was young, so putting him on the
Didn't they
far
say
end
he
of
was
that-
12?
Did they? I don't know.
I don't know, but
Didn't he
it's
say he was
literally-
12 years old when?
His master died?
Yeah.
Wow.
I swear that there was like
He looks like a
12 stands out to
little
me.
Nothing. He looks like a baby, and then he looks like he's
Was it only 5 years?
19,
Yeah,
20,
yeah,
it's 5
because
years.
it's like Odyssey 66 was
5 years later.
19
Oh, right.
Yeah.
BBY, so 19 years before the Battle of Yavin, which
Yeah.
is like the timeline of Star Wars.
Stanky's
Which
And
is like-
that game is 14 BBY.
And I was like, why did they use the Battle of Yavin as a thing? I'm like, oh, wait, that's for like the fans to understand the
Yeah.
timeline. That's
Yeah.
not how they describe
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if they ever mentioned that. Like,
I mean, I was just
I
thinking
think
like,
timelines
once-
in a universe where you have
'Cause
multiple
you would hope
planets
not,
that
right?
rotate different suns that have different
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a bit too,
but like
to
that
make
wouldn't
sense.
make
Wars
any
things.
sense if they ever spoke about it. Like,
yeah.
well, this happened 3,000 years before the battle that happened last week.
but
Like,
I heard in, I think
Maybe
it was
the
either
planet
episode
he's on
1 or
just ages him
2.
really fast.
Because
Like,
I smashed through and I did a marathon of all the Star Wars movies. I think it was either in episode 1 or 2. They said everyone set your. Oh, I know. Or maybe it was Episode 7. Anyway, they said everyone set your clocks to universal time or something like that.
Yeah, they do have. Yeah, there is like a universal. Like it's like credits. It's like they unify everything. Yeah,
Universal time would be really hard to
Yeah.
match, though.
Imagine what-
100%. Like in
no.
that, in literally the size of a galaxy.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
if like I'm on Earth and you're on Mars, like setting a time to meet up then alone is hard. Like,
oh, fucking
but they've also got like galactical, like intergalactic travel and
Exactly.
like hyperspace.
Yeah.
So like getting somewhere doesn't take like 5
True.
years. It takes like
yeah, but what about how gravity affects time?
yeah.
What if we go like Interstellar and there's like
Yeah,
something certain-
maybe that's why
thing-
he's so old, like right?
thing-
It's like 5 years later, but not for him.
Oh, that's
think-
so much more fucking around to do. So much more head calculations to have to
It's
deal
like,
with.
"No."
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
I think with Star Wars, like they're like it's not a science fiction. Like it is
science
fiction,
fantasy.
but it's science fantasy. Like they don't
Science
have
light.
reasoning for a lot
Yeah,
of these
science.
things. Like Mass Effect has like
Why does my
a reason
freaking
why.
lightsaber stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
just
like,
do.
They don't. Yeah, they don't need to explain those things. It's just a
The size
fantasy
of your
thing,
crystal
right?
dong. It's about that long.
Pretty much.
About a meter.
Damn it.
But yeah, there's no like science behind like
I love that
Star
shit
Wars
though.
really at all. Yeah, but it's not never been what Star Wars is about. It's
Also-
it's always been a science
Alright.
fantasy story.
Of
Still
course,
though,
because,
5
like-
years is probably,
Case in
the
point.
lowest amount of science that you can fucking get behind to
But-
be like,
Yeah. Oh, don't get
he
me
should
wrong.
only
I know.
be this old.
They could have just made the kid like the few
Older
years
when he
older.
died.
Yeah.
Case in point, when it comes to science fantasy, sound in space and explosions in
Yeah.
space.
Oh,
Yeah.
the freaking space mortars. I can't remember which movie that one's in, or the Star Wars,
Oh,
the
dude.
new Star Wars ones. Is it 8?
And they had a reason
Yeah.
behind.
No, that was like, wasn't that
No, they
Solo?
were
or-
they
no,
were
no.
bombs.
What was the other
They
one?
weren't
There
mortars.
was bombs first. They dropped the bombs out of it, and then the bigger ships did mortars, and they freaking curved. I was
And
like,
then when
you
the
got
ships
little,
are getting
little
destroyed,
rockets on there.
they were
Or-
falling.
But
Like, the
they-
ships
yeah,
were
yeah.
falling in space.
Yeah.
that doesn't
They
make
do
fucking sense.
the bombs, even though that was like, why did they even bother creating this? They were like magnetically moving downwards, like accelerating downwards. There's a reason why that
I'll
was,
forgive
but like,
that, but inside that ship, when that happens, she also falls. Like that, she's
Oh,
not
yeah.
magnetically aligned.
Yeah,
like,
like, how is she?
There could be a
alive
magnetic
anyway?
field. Yeah,
she
there's
does
no
fall.
air.
Yeah, exactly.
she's-
How is she not sucked out from like the lack of like atmospheric pressure? Like,
yeah. Oh,
Jesus.
See,
no.
that stuff annoys me.
Yeah, it,
but that's
it bothered
science
me greatly.
Fantasy, so we
But-
can explain that away.
Yeah.
All right.
Is what- Getting on our fucking.
Anyways, Jedi
Professor
Fallen
Hat.
Over wasn't okay. It was
Fallen
good.
over.
It's a good game.
Yeah, it was great. I love that.
It was good. It was good. I do wish that the exploration was more rewarded though, as well.
Sure,
I don't care about different colored ponchos. In fact,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
would've-
like
would've
a lot of
loved-
them. A lot of them were friggin' butt ugly.
Yeah, that's why I was wearing
did
the
not
pink
wanna wear
one
that.
because I was like, I want
Yeah.
him to look as stupid as
I
possible.
would have loved to unlock like a Jedi's cloak or something like
Yeah.
that. Like more, not just the poncho,
Oh,
give
no,
me
that's
more
DLC.
cosmetic.
Or
Thankfully
even
not.
like, you know how you have the outfit section and there's only 5? Like all you're doing is changing the color. Give me a different outfit.
Skin, like
make
a
it
different
look
style, yeah.
different. Like
100%.
and make the ponchos had like 3 styles. Like you've got a diagonal or a triangle
Yeah. Or like
Get
one
outta
with
here.
like frayed edges.
yeah.
Or, yeah.
You want a
All I want to
frayed
see
one?
is a fucking GTA game in the Star Wars universe.
Let me put a light on BD. Like
Seriously though,
GTA Coruscant.
no, I want like interplanetary stuff. I wanted them to take elements of like No Man's Sky and what's the one we're mad excited for? That where you can fly from planet to planet.
Beyond Good and
Oh,
Evil.
Yeah,
right,
Beyond Good and
okay.
Evil 2.
I was really confused by what you meant.
Set
for a
it
second.
in like a small system. Like maybe don't go, star jumping, but like if you could customize your character, if
Look,
you
I'm
could
all
like
about
do
suddenly-
bounties, you could fucking
I'm right
like
back on
customize
Beyond
your
Good
car,
and Evil.
put your fucking
Customize your car.
yeah,
Just play
on your
just
speeder,
play,
you know?
The Old Republic. That's pretty much what you're explaining, except it's an MMO.
Yeah, except it's not at all what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Still
except
like
you're
create your
wrong.
own character and like
Yeah, like,
customize your
that's
ship.
one thing.
Pretty sure you get a ship.
But I mean, like,
No, I know. I'm just
Forgot about Beyond Good
playing
and
it.
Evil too. Now I'm back on that hype. How big is that planet? It looks so fucking big, dudes.
oh man, here we go. All right, Star Wars is pretty good.
Star Wars is great.
Star
Yeah,
Wars
it
is
was
alright.
great. Do recommend. I'm not going to give it a number because I never do. But like,
Dude, it was really
I
fun.
Did not want to stop until I was finished.
Especially the ending was just like it fucking ramped up.
Oh yeah, I've rewatched the ending on YouTube probably about
Nice.
5 times.
Really?
No, I'm so serious. It was that good. Like, and
That's sick.
talking about one other gripe I have about it is I didn't think the characters were very good, as in like the companions.
Seer?
While like Seer was like okay, but the bug-eyed
get over her bug
lady,
eyes.
she was crazy. But I would have thought that there would be more humor injected in the crew, like with Grease, like. He was all right, but like through the majority of it, I was kind of like, oh, okay. Like I expected it to have like a comic relief character. Like I thought they could have been funnier, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or more
Sometimes I
lighthearted.
feel like modern Star Wars has too much humor, and it was
Yeah, I
nice
can get that.
for it to not be like forced. Like
Fair
Grease
enough,
did
but,
have
like-
some like moments where he did funny stuff or whatever,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like. You know, like if it didn't, for me anyway, it didn't feel like it was like there was any humor forced into it, like there kind of was in The Last Jedi. Like they
100%. Oh, especially that fucking starting part of the last
Yeah.
Jedi. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like
that
prank
was
calling
so
like the leader of the fucking
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I understand what you mean, but I still think that there was an opportunity for better characters in the crew.
Yeah, for sure.
You know who I-
Cal was good though. I loved Cal as a character, and we were just talking about how Cam Monaghan was great.
He nailed it. I really liked Merrin
She was
for the 2 seconds that she did anything.
I was about to say she's my favorite companion.
Yeah.
She's like because she was funny in her own way without being forced.
very dry and
Exactly.
yeah.
Just-
Grease. I like my stick rare.
She's so awesome.
I really liked her, but then there was no point in her being there.
Yeah.
Well,
At
I mean,
all.
there was,
at the very end, yeah. Thank God
Yeah.
she was there, right? But-
yeah.
but still, like,
But I think that's
sorry,
cool. Like the
thank the
Night
maker.
Sisters are so interesting. Like I love that. Like she got
yeah, I
on the
really,
ship and
really like her.
she could have
she
much more important part in the second one if that ever
hope
does
so.
happen.
Yes.
You know?
Can we
And
bang
I've
though?
never seen any
Oh,
Can we bang though?
totally bang that.
Probably.
Night Sister.
Bang Merrin, yeah.
Night Sister, yeah, and that's the origin of Darth Maul.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Darth
My
Maul's
baby.
baby.
there you go.
Darth Maul's grandson. I don't know. He's not.
Can you imagine?
He's not her father, but
I'm onto something.
you are little red nut with horns.
Explains the skin color. No, the amount of Night Brothers we like mowed down.
I
know.
know.
Those
And
poor-
after she kind of like at the end when you're leaving, and still like the Night Brothers and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Dead Night Sisters were attacking
she-
you.
that she raised.
I was like, excuse me, bitch. Like, can we leave, or you want me to hit them?
I was like, no, you can watch me mow down your
can we
fucking.
mow down your family once more. Like, what?
I didn't expect Dead Night Sisters to. I'm sorry, dead. Yeah, they were Dead Night Sisters.
Yeah, yeah. They were,
Undead.
yeah, reanimated
Undead.
corpses.
That was zombies, basically.
Zambos.
Star Wars zombies. It was a lot better than you're imagining right now. It was
It
great.
was.
It was
It was
really
cool.
cool. And
Also,
their attacks were sick. Like,
The
and fighting them
spiders,
was cool.
my least favorite enemy. The big
Yeah,
ones.
didn't like
You know
them.
I don't like big butt spiders,
At
but
the
I just
same
didn't
time.
like to fight them.
That, and did you have that spider mini boss?
Yeah, the albino one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't fight it.
No,
Did you?
No, I
I
didn't.
fucking died
I
to
did.
it like 6 times. And
I
this was still
remember-
when I was on Jedi Master. It was hard.
yeah, it was. And I was messaging Elliot, and I was like, I wish I didn't have to walk through this freaking little hallway to get to it. Like,
Yeah, 'cause it took
I just,
forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold the stick and just wait like a minute and a half.
You can fully go around it, can't you? Like you don't
You
have
can
to fight.
go. Oh, yeah, you don't have to fight it
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I wanted to.
But to
Yeah,
reach
yeah.
it from the spawn point.
Ogdo Bogdo.
Yeah,
I ended
Ogdo
up
Bogdo.
laming him hardcore.
Really?
Did you fought Ogdo
Yeah,
Bogdo?
yeah. But I couldn't get in the first time I went there. I was like,
Yeah, neither could I.
Fuck.
So I went
Oh,
back
that's
and I was like,
comes.
even all beefed up, I was like, this character is still so
This character.
is so hard to deal with. So yeah, I ended up like if you stand in the hallway, like
Oh, yeah.
right,
You
yeah.
can't do
you
anything.
can't do anything.
Yeah.
So
When
he's
I
just like
first-
heavy attack and
Yeah.
you get him like
When
roll
I
back.
first went there, I almost killed him the first time I walked in. Like, he had the tiniest health, and then he munched me. So I was like, oh, I can beat this guy. Couldn't beat him.
I
And
still
then,
only had 2 of those stims, by the way, at that
Yeah.
point.
yeah.
And then when I was leaving, I saw the holes that you could drop down on him on, and I was like, nah, next time. Like, I was
Yeah,
like,
I did the
was
exact
like,
same
am I
thing.
going to
I was
do
like,
it? Nah.
"Oh,
So when
I
I
can
came
try
back
again."
to fight him, I was like, ah! Attack from above.
There were
murdered.
holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were like holes above. I didn't see them
Holes in
until
the roof.
Explains
left
why I
the
didn't get
planet
any
the first time.
freaking stims.
But yeah,
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Very
Things
good
that
game.
could be improved, but doesn't mean it's bad.
No, it's great.
Absolutely. For their first Star Wars property, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hell
Respawn, great developer.
Great little groupie there.
Yeah, but do better. No, I'm kidding. They were amazing.
Whoa.
To everyone though, like great, but do better. I always want better.
no. I bought it. I enjoyed it. I recommend it.
Yeah.
And that's the highest praise I can give. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Actually, the score. The score
dude.
was amazing.
Didn't we speak about that?
We
last
did.
week?
I just need to
think,
reiterate that.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Like,
Yeah.
and as someone who's not really a fan, it was immediately recognizable as like, this is Star Wars.
Yeah, they were
Like,
fully trying to like
emulate
imitate
hard.
John Williams. Yeah,
Is
which
John
is fine.
Williams still alive?
Yeah, I think so. He just did music for. He did the opening theme for Solo, I think, or like the theme, but not the whole soundtrack.
He's
Solo.
amazing anyway.
But
He's
anyways.
earned his place in history.
Dank soundtrack.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
score.
Nice. Oh, cool. I mean, and don't forget, there's going to be another episode this week that we're going to have about Death Stranding. It's going to be all about spoilers, spoiler cast. I know we mentioned before, but like we are not going to talk about it in this episode. So
No.
any more than we already have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alrighty, so moving into some bloody news stories that we alluded to earlier, because we haven't been playing anything other than those games. Well, we're going to talk about Half Life Alyx,
Yeah.
the first Half Life game in over 10 years from Valve, which
Yeah.
is very cool, and a game that is going to be highly inaccessible
Yeah.
to a very, very large number of the demographic.
Smart
there.
move though. Like, everyone's wanting your Half-Life game. Give them a little taster to force them to buy your VR product.
yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
You're absolutely right.
There's a lot of super fans that are gonna.
Yeah, they're going to invest. People will no
is
doubt
that you,
invest.
Dylan?
Sorry?
Is that you?
No, I don't know.
He's on the fence.
I don't know. I really don't know, because it's not going to just be a VR headset.
Yeah.
It's going to be a new motherboard, new CPU. My 1070 may do it. I mean, it said it's above the
Yeah.
minimum spec, but I'm like, I don't want to have the same issues I was having with Jedi Fallen Order with like
Oh
skipping
yeah,
and shit.
that was.
I don't
really
want
bad.
that in VR.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that is going to 100% take me out of the game.
You're gonna short circuit your brain in VR if that
Basically,
happens.
yeah.
You will melt.
I'm gonna have a freaking like aneurysm or some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the fact that you can't even buy the Valve Index in Australia.
Yeah, that's dumb.
That is hella dumb.
Yeah.
And fair enough that they probably have enough orders they need to like fulfill within the
Yeah, they're
countries that
just
they can
stupid.
reach.
They're dumb. Like the Steam controller, you can't right now it is on sale for $5 on the Steam website.
'cause no one
but
wants
we
it.
cannot buy it because you can't buy it in Australia, so we got to go and buy it for $90 instead. Like, dumb.
Anyone purchasing
Dumb.
a Steam controller in 2019 is either playing Civilization or they have an actual lack of IQ.
Whoa.
I mean, for $5.
For $5, fair enough, but I'm saying $90 in Australia.
yeah.
Like,
In Australia, do not buy that.
I bought one and I used it like 1 or 2 times and I was like, this thing doesn't work properly.
Is that the one with like the weird?
It's like
Like
a touchpad
touchpad.
for
It's-
a D-pad
it's trash.
sort of
It's-
thing.
Why would?
the
why
worst
would that be
controller
a
I've ever
thing?
used.
Like, that's so dumb.
It's
It's
to play
actually-
PC games.
it's a
with a
touchpad
controller.
on the-
like mouse support stuff.
Is another touchpad on the
Seems
right
dumb.
hand?
It's right and left, I think.
It is both?
I think it's both.
I don't know. It looks.
There's
It
2
looks-
touchpads. It's
But
trash.
in
It's
that
got dust all
situation-
over it in my room.
Wouldn't like why have that in controller form if it's just going to mimic a mouse? Wouldn't it be just easier to use a mouse?
Some people just like to use controllers. Like I
It's together with the Steam Link too,
Yeah.
so you can play like PC games like that that are heavy mouse games on your TV.
yeah. And I prefer to use a
Right.
controller because I got little small hands and my fingers can't reach all the keys. Like sometimes I can like crunch my pinky up and hurt it trying to hit the freaking
yeah,
control
but wouldn't
button.
you just
like,
then be better off having like an Xbox or a PlayStation controller?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
But
I use an
then
Xbox
what's
controller.
the point of the mouse kind of thing? You know what I'm saying? Like no wonder it didn't do well.
I mean,
Well, you
it's
can't
mixing the two
play
together.
games like Civ with a
Yeah.
controller.
yeah.
I mean, there can't you get like Civ on PlayStation? and
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Xbox
you
and
can
shit?
sure it's
now.
different.
It 100% will be different. Like,
Yeah, the controls would probably be annoying.
Yeah.
Because it's like a hex-based system.
but like I think they grossly overestimated the I guess the
usefulness of
consumer need for
Yeah.
it because it was shit. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
fair enough.
Like maybe it would be better for I don't know, nothing.
No,
No.
no, it's a flop of a product.
Nothing
Yeah.
real. Yeah.
No wonder
They
they
haven't-
don't like, sell it to Australia.
And that's like not the first product they fucked up with. I mean, look at the Steam machines. Where are they now?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
They don't exist anymore, do they? Like
Oh.
Steam machines.
What was that?
Steam machines were like mini computers that you
Yeah.
could purchase that were like Steam ready
Right, so a console
Yeah,
with
Basically.
Steam on it.
and had Steam OS on it.
yeah. Ooh, big picture mode.
Oh, big picture. Oh god, I've used that once.
I use it by accident when it auto triggers because I'm pressing like the Xbox button on my controller.
Yeah, and
it's
then
like
it pops
big
up.
picture.
I had
I'm
to
like,
turn that off.
gotta wait like 5 seconds before you can. Or like it's
Yeah.
more than that. It's like 15 seconds before you can close it down.
Yeah,
What the fuck's big picture?
it's like an Xbox operating system where like you know how you've got
PlayStation operating system
exactly
or Steam.
But it has this whole intro startup thing with the Steam logo.
With like water sound effects. Like,
It's so dumb. It's like you can use an online browser, you can do all this sort of stuff with it. It's like, bro,
want to,
I'm
though.
on the computer.
Yeah,
I can use the mouse for a moment to
What, and
select
that
the
pops
game I
up
wanna
when you
play.
press the Xbox button. That's so
I had
dumb.
to go in the settings and turn it off because I was like, when you press and hold the Xbox button, it brings up the Xbox game bar. And like that shit has useful stuff. We're like, when we played Gears, I could be like, invite Elliot to party or like,
yeah.
yeah, it was ridiculous. But anyway,
Silly.
Steam has made, like, and Valve have made some massive mistakes.
They have
But-
made some massive good things too, though. Like Steam. as a
Steam
whole.
in general, yeah.
Steam,
Steam as a whole.
And everyone
pretty good.
bitched about Steam when it launched with Half-Life 2.
Of course.
And like, I mean, that's
Have you met
the
gamers?
nature of like the internet, right?
Yeah.
And the nature of gaming, really.
Everything's up for complaining.
So I guess everyone's going to complain about the need for buying a VR headset and stuff, but it does represent.
I mean, no one's forcing anyone to do it. Like,
Very
you know,
true.
like if they're like, I don't want to buy it, well, don't
Good for you.
play it then. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
if a developer wants to make a VR game, well, sweet, then that's what they want to do.
but I think isn't this like one of the first AAA? Oh, I don't know if you'd even call it AAA. Like,
I mean, it looks
Valve's got the money.
pretty AAA.
Would you call it AAA?
I don't know.
It's
It
a
looks
full length
AAA.
game.
Yeah,
It's a full length
I
game.
would
Yeah,
call that
yeah,
AAA. It
AAA,
depends, I
yeah.
guess, on the budget and stuff.
Yeah,
but
it's-
it looks.
The AAA versus AA and whatever is kind of mostly tied to the budget that you put in.
Yeah, of course.
I'd say they're probably pumping a lot of money into
They
it.
would be because
Because
this
it does
was
look-
also like because Steam VR is a thing. That's like one of the biggest platforms for buying VR games, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
like they started developing this to have a killer app for that. Like way back when they were coming out with Steam VR, they were like, we need to have something that's going to attract people to it. Now in the end of 2020 when it drops,
Yeah, March. It's not far away.
yeah, which still, but like that's a long time for them to be pushing it in. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
it would be a AAA game. Like they would spare no expense because the graphics look great.
Yeah, it looks great, and it is also, as I said earlier, a huge incentive for people
Yeah,
to buy.
I'm heavily considering it.
Yeah,
Because the thing is as well, what you got to bear in mind is like with Steam when that came out and with Half-Life 2 and the Source engine, all of these developer tools came out for modders. This is going to represent a huge option for people wanting to make their own VR games because all of the stuff that they're going to have for Half-Life Alyx is then going to be available for VR modding. Like, think of Gary's mod and the impact that it had.
Yeah.
And then all of the other games, like Counter-Strike was a mod when it started.
Yeah.
Like, and all of this other stuff that came from that. I remember playing a hell of a lot of Zombie Panic Source. That game was amazing. It was pretty shit by today's standards, but it was pretty good for me back then. It was free. But yeah, think about that. Like, I guess not just the fact that they're putting out a big game, but they're creating a platform in which other people can use to make their own virtual reality games.
Yeah, that's cool.
With assets that are very high quality.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's going to mean probably a flood of terrible asset flip games
that's
on
fine.
Steam VR.
Yeah, but like you might be able to polish a turd into a diamond, and then you might find that like there are some great ones. Like
Yeah.
you might get your next bloody
Well,
Counter-Strike.
doesn't Apex Legends use Source? Pretty sure.
I think it does because Titanfall uses the Source engine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
And it
They're
is well when
they're
you
like
play
a
it.
huge FU to EA, who are like, all of our other games are going to run on, what's it called?
Dice one, the fucking
Yeah,
Frostbite.
Jesus, Frostbite. But they're like, Jedi Fallen Order is on Unreal, and the other one's on like the other games on Source.
'Cause I wonder about
They're like, fuck.
Apex Legends. Is that on the Source engine?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Because that makes sense. Because I was really surprised to find that Titanfall was on the Source engine. I was like, that shit's still popping. Still popping. Like far out.
And you would, yeah. I mean, if they made their last first-person shooter on it,
Yeah.
It is.
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Source 2, they've been talking about that for years. Isn't
Yeah.
it like, aren't there some games already on it? I thought like Dota or some shit was on that, like Dota 2.
I don't know.
Because Dota 2 is a Valve game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's
Not me.
yeah.
Oh, wait. Used in Dota 2, Artifact, and parts of the lab, Steam VR Home. So that's
So every Valve game probably.
Half-Life Alyx is Source 2.
There you go.
The Source 2.
Yeah.
Right, okay. But it's still like I'm guessing an updated version of the same engine. You know
Well,
what I
it's
mean?
a-
Like
yeah.
Unreal 4 is like a continuation of
Yeah.
Unreal.
Well, I mean, I don't know, because like Source in and of itself has been continuously upgraded. I just don't think that the
So is Unreal 3. Like you
yeah,
know what
but
I mean?
I think with Source 2, there's bound to be some differences.
Yeah,
Like-
no, sorry. I don't mean there's no difference. I just mean it's probably like they've rebadged it because it's got significant upgrades to like
Yeah.
what they can do with it. But it's like Unreal 3, Mortal Kombat 11 is on Unreal 3 because they had so many tools that they'd made themselves to go with it that it was just more effort to use Unreal 4, even though it's got, you know,
technically better stuff, but
technically more things they can use.
Workflow and all that.
Yeah, because they modified it so much with their previous games. But like that game looks beautiful when it came out this year, and it's on Unreal 3, which hasn't really been used for like years now.
Because I've been waiting for like an actual Source 2 game, because I remember they were showing off these screenshots of I think there were maps from Left 4 Dead 2, but like in Source 2, and they looked amazing. Yeah, and that got everyone talking about, Left 4 Dead 3, Left 4 Dead 3 is coming out, and like obviously we've heard nothing about that because the old tired joke about them not being able to count to 3. And then they say something about like having 3 games of Half Life Alyx or some shit like that, like 3. Why would they say that?
Yeah, they did say that.
I swear,
why would they fucking say that? Just be like, here is a game, and then like be like, surprise, here's another game. If they do it, don't set an expectation.
Why don't they just make
so butthurt by Valve? I just feel so like.
Tell us about Half Life Alyx.
Yeah, let's actually talk about what this game is.
Tell us about Alyx.
No. Let's talk about Gabe Newton.
Who is Alyx?
Alyx is the companion in Half Life 2.
Okay.
So like from Half Life 2 and episode 1 and episode 2, she is. Well, the companion character. Sometimes you're with her, sometimes you're not. But she is the daughter of Eli Vance. And Eli Vance... Okay, how much do you know about Half-Life?
None.
Fuck all.
Yep.
Do you know about Black Mesa?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so Gordon Freeman's like a theoretical physicist, and he was working in the Black Mesa facility. And in that Black Mesa facility, he was doing an experiment where they opened something... What do they call it? They were doing some experiment with some interdimensional shit, and it tore open basically like a portal in which the Combine started to come through to Earth.
And that's like the opening of Half-Life 1, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like you're on your way to work and you're late, and everyone's
that's
just
like all I've played of that game when I was young.
It's so good. Oh, yeah. I hated it when I was a real young kid. I was like, what am I supposed to do? And then like once you eventually get in there and the game starts, it's like amazing. I thought it was so scary when I was a kid. I couldn't play it properly. I was like, this is the fucking scariest shit. Especially those head crabs. But anyway... you cause a resonance cascade, which is like a fancy term for basically opening a portal.
Is this a Kojima game?
Yeah, here we go. But that brings in the Combine, which are this like, it's kind of like the Covenant in a way that's like a collection of different alien species and they're trying to bring Earth into the Combine. Hence what Half-Life 2 is all about. So Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2 are super different because Half-Life 1 revolves around the Black Mesa facility, and then you've got to deal with the government coming in and they're killing all the scientists. They're like, you're expecting them to come in and save you or save the scientists, and everyone believes that, but then they start mowing them all down because they're trying to clean house. Yeah. Trying to be like, no, we want no evidence.
This did not happen.
Exactly. And Dr. Breen was the administrator of, and I'll get to him in a second, but like he was the administrator of Black Mesa, and then boom, all right, it ends. There's some G-Men shit going on there. Or actually, you go to the fucking other dimension. The name is escaping me, and you kill some giant monster thing, and then G-Man's just like, "Yep, good job. Well, I'm gonna put you in hibernation now. Good night, cunt." Oh, I said it again. Should we?
Nah.
All right. So anyway,
who cares?
So yeah, he like snaps you out of existence, and then that's it. Half-Life 2 starts, and you randomly like wake up on a train, and he's just like, he was like, "Get up, Mr. Freeman. You've got work to do," or something like that. Anyway, yeah, and then you're walking around, you're like, what is going on? You're in this Eastern European city that is looking somewhat futuristic and somewhat like a Soviet sort of like apartment block, if you know what I mean. Where it's like everything's all real like dilapidated and stuff like that. Yeah. But there's all these big screens everywhere, and Dr. Breen's face is on all of them. So Dr. Breen, who is the administrator of Black Mesa, is now the... I can't remember the
supreme leader.
He's not the leader. He's basically humanity's like representation to the Combine. So like he's the boss of humanity at least, or like he's
the big papa.
They have a specific term for him. And again, this has been a while since I've played these, but I played Half-Life 2 a lot.
And it's your Christmas game, isn't it?
It is every Christmas. Yeah. Eat a block of chocolate and play Half-Life 2.
Is Alyx? Is Alyx set in between the two games? Is that
right? It's a prequel.
To 2.
Oh, no. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's a prequel to 2. So, yes, technically, you're absolutely right.
Set between, yeah.
Okay. So, and I know I'm going on a bit of a long-winded Half-Life thing.
This is fun.
But it's really cool because when you start walking around, it's just like the start of Half-Life 1 where you're like, what the fuck is going on here? And you're sort of taking it all in, seeing this oppressive regime of these Combine soldiers or security members pushing people around. It's very much like super authoritarian, where it's just like, show me your ID. And like, you can't understand what any of the guards are saying. Or like, you can sometimes, but most of the time it's like sounds like that. Unless they're talking directly to you. And like you walk out and there's like a can sitting on a garbage. And then the Combine dude with his little like shock stick knocks it over and is like, pick up that can. Pick up the can. So it's like you can pick it up and put it in the bin, otherwise he bashes you. But like you get an achievement if you pick it up and throw it at his head and run away. So it always, like, whenever I start the game, like, cause they can't catch up if you just keep jumping and running. And
Yeah.
they can't catch up, which is really cool. Anyway, you end up going through some places, and then you meet up with Barney, who is like you get taken into a room. They find out who you are. They're like, Gordon Freeman. They're like, what the hell? Like, why are you trying to board a train to Nova Prospect, which is like this massive prison, and there's no context as to why you're trying to do that. But like you get stopped from doing that. You end up going to Nova Prospect later, but you get pulled into a room, and it turns out that the Combine security guy was Barney, and he's just like, all right, I'm going to help you get out of here. And then you end up talking to, I think his name is Dr. Brenner or something like that. And anyway, you coordinate to meet up with Alyx in that room. He sets you free, you run off, and then eventually a fair bit down the track, you catch up and you talk to Alyx, and she brings you to the Resistance headquarters and stuff like that. And then you've got to actually start trying to take down the
So she's
Combine.
already like an important character in this.
And Eli Vance was like one of the big scientists there, but I guess he's like all against it, so he's like trying to organize a resistance against it as well. And it's great. They call you the one free man. Like, yeah, I know. But it's such a good story, and there's no cutscenes, so you're all experiencing it for yourself. And it's so weird because people talk to you and you just don't say anything. Yeah. And then they just like, oh, don't talk much, huh? Okay, let me keep talking.
Quiet type.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You're the quiet type, huh? Yeah.
Any of the like NPCs that have popped up in that new trailer, are they like people from number 2? No?
Except for Eli and Alyx.
Did a ton of them have like
Eli's
Australian
in it
accents?
Yes, one of them did.
I think it was a New Zealand accent. Because I was listening the first time I watched it, I was like, that's an Australian. But then there were certain inflections on words when we just watched it before we started recording. Right. I was like, I think that might be New Zealand.
Maybe they're just like Western Australian. I don't know. You know, like just slightly different to what we're used to, you know?
Possibly. There are a bunch of Australians that work at Valve, but like...
Yeah.
I thought
that doesn't mean
there was more than
actors.
one character that had that accent, but maybe I just...
I think it was the same person saying a different... Like, when it wasn't them on camera.
Yeah.
How did everyone get to Eastern Europe though? That's my fucking question.
So it never answers like...
Boats.
Like, cause
you thought no.
Does it never
Black
answer
Mesa,
that question? Like,
there's a massive time gap.
Right.
I think there's a massive time gap. There is a time gap.
But maybe this will
maybe
answer
this
some
will
of those
answer some
questions, because some of that
questions
looked like...
I
hope so.
Like, you know, maybe not Eastern Europe, but... some of
it
that
definitely looked like it was in the same sort of place.
Similar to what I've seen of.
Yeah, but all of like Black Mesa is 100%. I think it's in like Arizona or something like that. Like it's very much in the United States. But like that's one of those big things where it's like, what the hell?
Planes.
No, I'm thinking like, did
Hot
the
air
Combine
balloons.
transport people and bring them to that like center location?
Because
Weird. I don't know. No idea.
Yeah. Anyway,
if anyone would know, it would be you, Dylan.
Oh, stop.
Come on, Dylan.
I'm not the lore expert here. I love Half-Life.
Some of the like, I like the gloves. Like,
dude, the gravity gloves, because like,
is that what they are?
I think I heard them referred to as that, because like I think that's the explanation for why, like, you know, in
she
VR
sucks
games,
a thing. She's like,
when that gun goes up, it's
yeah.
like, he's like, do you need a gun? He's like, don't worry, it's not loaded, and then throws it out and goes, like,
it's not loaded now.
That's so good.
That was funny.
I
And then
actually
she like,
liked it.
zip, and sucks it up. and, like,
yeah.
She
catches it.
sucks something off an enemy, I assume.
Sucks something off.
She sucks something off a dude later. No, but you saw like I don't know,
Yeah, no,
in the
you're right.
trailer,
And
she-
that makes,
Yeah.
So that's cool.
So I think they call them the gravity gloves because like the gravity gun is a huge part of Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
Where you can like pick up any object,
Yeah.
and that's like them flexing the Source engine because of all the, I guess,
Physics.
weight-based physics. Like,
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I like the hands and like the armless floaties.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
I can deal with that. Yeah.
yeah, I can deal with having no arms.
But if
Like,
with the
so
Valve
many
Index,
VR
you can use your
games.
fingers. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna be flipping off everyone.
Douche.
One bird the whole time in one hand, the left hand, and a gun in the other. I'm gonna see if I can shoot my own finger off. Like,
Oh no!
give it a shot. Why not?
That's funny.
I wonder if you can suicide. Like, can you?
No,
Oh
Dylan,
my
calm
God.
down.
I'm just curious about VR. Like, what sort
That's
of
a
potential?
great question, though. Like,
Point
I'm
it towards your head and
curious-
just. I think
it
you
just
can.
comes up on the screen like, don't do it.
I'm curious.
brings up the suicide hotline.
Yeah. Oh no. I'm curious about how the movement will work in it because like obviously in a trailer, it all looks very smooth.
Yeah.
And like there were sections where she was running back and forth near a bookcase sort of thing. It's like what?
I don't know how.
How?
Same with Boneworks. Like
Yeah.
they're not running
Just
around,
walking around.
and the jumping is not you jumping.
Don't
I
you have
think
like
it
a little
has
controller
thumbstick.
thing? Yeah.
And I'm like, why doesn't every other game implement that? Because I thought
I thought a
may
lot of them
have
do
had-
now.
I thought that may have caused like motion sickness or something like that.
Oh,
I've
really?
got look,
Yeah.
I've got no idea.
Because
So you
I
can
don't
play it
know
when
if I
you're
heard.
sitting, so you
Yeah,
can
I think
just,
you
like-
can play it when you're sitting down. Yeah,
Well, I said it as a question.
I think you can. Yeah,
Can you? Because like, I'd want to be able to like to
Yeah, what about
duck
ducking
and like
stuff?
and weave and shit.
Maybe that. Like, where are the
I
buttons?
heard-
What do you mean? Like, if all of your fingers are controlling,
No.
So,
So,
where would
it
the
wraps
joysticks
around your
be?
hand, so you can play like that. But then you can take your fingers off, and yet, like you can take your fingers off the
I
controller,
see.
but they
Yeah.
stay strapped to your hand.
Yeah, I see. Yep, I get it now.
So eventually, you're gonna look down at your hand, and it's always doing these ones, like moving,
Yeah.
your thumbs moving around.
When you're trying to walk around in real life, and you're like,
Yeah.
why am I moving? Oh shit.
I really wish I watched that. The thing with what's his name, Keeley, Jeff Keeley.
Oh yeah. I haven't watched that yet
I
either.
don't know what they call it. Like his little show,
Last minute.
final moments,
Final
or
moments.
final hours, or something. Yeah,
Yeah, final hours. Yeah,
I'm gonna watch that
Watch
tonight
it later.
Sounds sick though.
because I want to see someone playing it. Yeah,
True.
but I want to know if I can punch Combine because that'd be sick.
Yeah.
I want like it's like Boneworks. I'm so impressed with because you can literally like catch punches, grab people and bash their heads in.
That's cool.
Like that's super cool.
I liked even like I know you're all about the like gun loading in Boneworks.
Oh my God, I love
But even just like her catching the gun and stuff in
Yeah, that
Half
was
Life,
mad.
it looks sick. And it
And
looks
she picked
really
up, I think it
nice.
was a shotgun or a grenade launcher.
And
but she
loaded
fully
two at
clicked
once.
it open,
Yeah.
put it in, clicked it, and then she had to pull it back.
Yeah,
and you
and
can see
load
the
it.
shell going like through the chamber that you can see it going into it. I was like, oh
and
my
then blast
God.
the dude. Yeah, I was like, that looks nice.
I want that.
Can
I
you
want
please
that.
buy it so we can all play it?
Yeah, Dylan. It's on you.
It's on you, man.
I'm not a
way.
Half-Life fan.
No, if I'm getting it and playing it alone. Like, fuck you. No way I'm
fair.
dropping that much money for like, dude,
you guys.
fucking, it's my game. Like,
All right, that's fair. That's fair. You, yeah. Mm-hmm.
no, if I had the cash for that, I'll be in Melbourne at that point anyway.
March 2020. So
Yeah.
there's other big games coming out around it, but not VR. So
I wonder if like Lenovo or some shit like that will drop some hella cheap VR headset.
Ooh.
Oculus Quest is going to be the cheapest way to play it.
But
Yeah,
I want
I
the
don't get how that
fingies.
works.
Yeah.
Like, now that I know
do you
about the
mean?
fingies, I want the fingies.
The Quest is it all in one, right?
Yeah.
What does it run on? What's its operating system? How is it
know.
going to run Valve games? Does it say it'll work on the Quest?
It says it's on Steam VR, so
But does
I'm pretty
the Quest
sure.
work with Steam VR is my question. Like,
I'm pretty sure it does.
all right, we're getting on the Google.
I don't know. But I thought I saw a shot of a web page where it's got all the things that it's available on, and I'm pretty sure the Quest was on there.
Like half resolution.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with your current rig, you're not going to be running it at
There
full
you go.
resolution anyway on the index.
Thanks for reminding me. bitch.
Steam says it'll run on the Index, the HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, and Windows Mixed Reality.
Yeah.
No, so it's not on Quest.
Mixed reality,
Yeah.
Is that the HoloLens?
I guess, but like
Beep. I have no idea what the hell that is.
Well, there you go. It's not on Quest, so...
It's Beat Saber.
I've heard people say it's on the Quest there, and like when I heard that, I was like, no way, it's on the Quest.
Yeah, I mean, it's like not a very powerful machine. But it looks rad. I want one.
It looks like a really cool game as well. Like, from all those things we talked about, especially the guns as well.
Oh, and it's worth mentioning that like after the Valve or the Steam hardware like survey, 1% of users have a VR headset.
Yeah.
1%.
I mean, there are probably a lot of users.
And then they
of
were
Steam,
saying that
but-
like if this game is successful, they'll make Half-Life 3. And I don't know if that's an official statement, but I'm like, there is no way that they can hold us hostage like that. Because
They should just make Half-Life 3 anyway.
Well,
Every-
it's not that they don't want to, or actually it is that they don't want to, because they're all terrified of it.
Yeah.
Like what is his name, Doug Lombardi or something like that. Like all of these original titans from Valve are retired, and like no one wants the responsibility of making the most hyped up game.
Yeah, that would-
ever, because like they could ruin their, well, it wouldn't ruin their company, but like
Everything else I'm reading that is not the Steam page says that it's going to be on the Quest.
Yeah, right. That's
Really?
funny.
Yeah.
There you
Like,
go. We got the
every
hot.
article.
We got the hot news for you straight off Steam.
So does Oculus Quest, like, how does it...
Half-Life Alyx
But if the
officially
Steam page
compatible
doesn't
with Quest.
say it runs on it, then it's probably not going to run on it.
I don't know. They just might not have a section for Quest. They just might not put that there.
But is it,
I don't know.
doesn't it run off Oculus's own... Because Oculus has its own marketplace for VR games.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does it have finger control? No.
That's got wands.
Dude, what? $649
Australian.
for a 64 gigabyte Australian.
Yeah, it's like $7.99 for the
For 128.
128.
Yeah.
It's heaps cheap, like super cheap. I just want it to
but
play Beat Saber.
Yeah, Beat Saber.
Fully. I actually... Yeah,
Beat Saber
100%.
just got acquired by someone else.
By Valve and they just
Facebook.
turned down. Wait,
Yeah,
really?
Facebook.
Like Oculus, yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that explains why it's on the bloody...
Quest.
On the Quest. I forget that Facebook owns Oculus.
Yeah.
Yeah, wild, right?
That is nuts. But yeah, I'm extremely excited for Half-Life Alyx. I'm just thinking that, like, the storytelling in Half-Life has always been, like,
Nuts.
to me, amazing. You feel like you are Gordon Freeman. And I know that a lot of people have issues with voiceless protagonists, but in the way that they do it, it's spectacular. But Alex has a voice.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that's going to work.
But it's a modern game. They're not going to make Half-Life 3 and him to not speak. Like, you know, I mean,
Wait, are you saying if they made Half-Life 3,
they wouldn't
Gordon
make
Freeman.
Gordon Freeman mute.
I reckon they would.
You reckon? Just to like be a throwback?
I don't even know if it's a throwback. I think it's just like...
Part of his character.
I don't know, but
It's
it's
the
just
game.
weird for like now for first-person shooters especially to not have a voice, like to have a voice protagonist.
It's like in...
Like Metro,
It's like in bloody
even though it does. have a
Destiny
voice.
2 when all of a sudden your bloody
Yeah,
guardian
all of a
starts
sudden
talking.
you start talking. You're like, whoa,
I was like,
Oh,
I
really?
didn't pick that voice.
I was playing with you, and then
I was mad.
playing with Kat, and I was just like, did you fucking hear that? Did your guardian just speak? Like,
I was not about it. I was like, I've got the shittest voice. Like, where did that come from?
I was like taken aback.
I'm happy for my ghost to speak for me. I just want to shake my head.
If Gordon Freeman spoke, I wouldn't have an issue with it per se. But I'm
I'm
just
sure
thinking, like,
the internet
His
fucking
voice
would.
That's
better
what I mean,
fit.
like-
yeah.
they just get it voiced by like,
Yeah.
who's the guy who does the parrot in Aladdin? Fucking,
No.
what's his name? Oh, something. God, Gilbert Goddard or something like Gilbert someone. Anyway,
Sounds good to me, man.
you know who I mean there?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
Aladdin, like, or the lady who plays Marge Simpson. Just get it.
Oh my god.
Or some squeaky voiced fuckhead.
Why not? Why
Jesus Christ. Anyway, with Half-Life Alyx, like, I know that the storytelling will be fantastic. I think it will be
Hopefully.
the best VR game that's out there in terms of like, budget, in terms of storytelling.
Yeah.
But then again, I haven't played any VR games to completion. So I've only had short experiences with it.
not? Yeah,
So I can't say that as an authority at all.
true.
Keeping it in the theme of games that you love.
So this episode is all about me.
What's
It
next
is.
on the menu?
Yeah, so this is the Dylan show. The other news story that we're going to talk about today, and you can tell that I wrote this list of news stories, is Resident Evil 3 Remake.
Hell yeah.
Hair here. I mean, you guys didn't play RE2, did you?
Nah.
No.
Have I played any Resident Evil game? No.
No.
But
I bought the red Xbox and
but-
when I bought it, I was like, I don't want this Resident Evil game. Traded it in.
you would have liked it because it's like
Yeah.
more action than fucking...
Yeah.
Eh.
Nah.
I'm not a fan of horror / zombies.
Yeah, he's too spooky.
I'm not a spook boy.
You're not a spooked.
He's a little
Not
scary.
a spook lord.
I'm not a spook boy.
What about you, though? You don't mind horror games?
Yeah, I don't
do
mind horror games. I just never played it. I'm poor.
Yeah.
I like, look,
You're like, I'm
affording
so
games is
disappointed.
hard. Like, geez, man.
you? What's hard?
Affording games.
What year did Resi 3 come out? Is it PS2?
1999 or 19... No, it's PS1.
Okay.
It
Oh,
was the
it's PS1
last
as well,
Resident
yeah.
Evil game on PS1. So there was this
Right.
whole thing about how Sony made a deal with Capcom about how they had to release 3 mainline Resident Evil games on PS1. So they made Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, but according to them, the true Resident Evil 3 was Resident Evil Code Veronica, which came to... I think it came to GameCube first, and then it had a PS2 release and all that. And then, but they had to call Resident Evil 3, which was meant to be originally a spin-off game.
Oh.
They had to call that Resident Evil 3 due to their deal with Sony.
Yeah. Interesting.
And
that
it's
spin-off game,
subtitled Nemesis, is that right?
yeah, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, that's right. And the thing is that like people at the time hated it. Hated Resident Evil 3. But it's one of the best fucking Resident Evil games that are out there. It was just that whole deal with Sony that I don't know why.
Soured it.
Yeah, I don't know why that people cared so much. Like, it's just the name of the game. But like, dude, Resident Evil 3 is fantastic. So while it does reuse certain elements, it reuses the police station from Resident Evil 2. It fully expands like Raccoon City. Like, it's not just about walking through it for like 10 minutes and then going to the police station, then the sewers, then the lab. It's like you go, like the whole thing is set in the city.
Yeah.
Like, while it still has that, also they fit way more zombies on the screen at once, which is
really?
way better as well.
It's still like still camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all
The
like
original.
that up until,
4.
until I think Code Veronica had moving camera angles. I
Right.
think.
Okay.
Like, they were still locked, but they would move.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure.
So they weren't pre-rendered, but they were actual 3D environments.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Resident Evil 3 was definitely pre-rendered.
Yeah.
The thing is, you could tell when you go back to the rooms from Resident Evil 2, it's like those JPEGs or whatever they used for the backgrounds were way worse quality.
Oh, so they're
Because
just the exact same.
well, not
asset.
exactly the same. I think they were just like a compressed version of that already compressed asset because they fucking look shit and it stands out like crazy.
So they-
because everything else looks really nice.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not really.
So
really nice
do you
for
think
that
they
standard.
they look worse because they'd made other graphical changes, or they just like fucked up those?
I think it's a mix of improving those background textures
Yeah.
for the 3
Yeah.
and then like not wanting to remake them all
Yeah.
and just having compressed versions. So.
It's just, yeah, fair.
That's funny.
But then again, like, I wasn't on the development team, so I can't really explain that. So, but yeah, what else they changed? They made a bunch of quality of life changes, or quality of life, or at least gameplay changes, like the quick turn system, where you can
Right,
you
yeah.
know, turn back and press X. That we all take for granted now, but in a game like that, in Resident Evil 2, you were having with the tank controls and having to physically turn around to then move forward. That was like to escape something. That was crazy. But yeah, so they had the quick turn. They also introduced for the first time something which they brought into the Resident Evil remake. Resident Evil 2, 2019. I don't want
Yeah.
to call it a remake because it wasn't. It's a brand new game, but don't get me started. So they brought in ammo creation. Like, you find gunpowder and you use an ammo tool to create more bullets, and you could either mix, A and B or C
Right.
to make different types of ammo.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, like you do in Resident Evil 2, not 2019.
Groovy.
Yeah, which was
Groovy.
cool for the time. Also, they introduced a lot of branching paths, like a lot of choices you would make about which direction you would go, which, like, when you're being chased by Nemesis, which is like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, it is beyond stressful because he is constantly chasing you. More on that later. But you would choose what to do, whether you'd run or whether you'd fight, or whether at a certain point in the story you'd go in one direction or another, or which order you would complete certain puzzles in, like the clock tower, or whether or not you'd go and see the journal. Like, you can get a Raccoon City newspaper. You can go there as well. You could choose where to go, and depending on your choices, it would change certain encounters. It would change whether or not a certain monster would appear in one location, whether a certain item would appear in another, which ultimately made the game way more replayable than Resident Evil 2, which was already pretty significantly replayable. Because here's the thing, like Resident Evil 2 on PS1, and I know I'm ranting here, guys.
No.
But you had 4 campaigns, basically.
Yeah.
Leon A, Leon B, Claire A, Claire B. But you had one campaign in Resident Evil 3.
You could just play it in a whole different way.
Yeah, you could
essentially.
just keep replaying
Who's the
it.
protagonist? Is it Leon?
Jill Valentine.
Oh, it's Jill, right.
And she's
okay.
wearing the skimpiest shit the whole time. It's so ridiculous. She's literally wearing like
That's
this...
what girls do.
Apparently.
Yeah.
She's wearing this like micro skirt, like, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it was this ridiculous mini skirt. And then this blue freaking
seen
tank top.
Oh,
It looks
yeah.
so stupid because she's facing off against Nemesis, like one of the biggest, baddest villains around. But anyway, the thing about Resident Evil 2 Remake, or 2019, is that like
call it
they brought
remake.
in Mr. X, right?
Yeah.
And he is from the original game, but he appears in both campaigns. They brought him in, you can hear him coming, but that's, I guess, the big thing about Nemesis. Because you could be walking along and you'd hear a crash or something like that, or you'd hear a big noise. He might not show up straight away, but that is Nemesis. Like, he is constantly hunting you down, which, yeah, I don't know how it's going to play out because they've used that mechanic now
Yeah.
with the way that they've integrated Mr. X into RE2 2019.
They're going to make it spookier.
They're going to have to
They're going to make it scarier.
So
They're going to make it
because they've got more
horror.
actual choices now how to deal with him. And if you beat him, which is not easy, but you can do it, he will drop a special part of a weapon. If you beat him enough times, you put the weapon together, it's like a deagle. And you can just like start like
Mad.
bang,
Oh, nice.
bang.
hell yeah.
Really, really sick.
Do you think if this rumor is real, which you would assume it is, like just
yeah,
because
we talked
like
about this
100%.
earlier this year.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
We were pretty sure it was coming.
Definitely,
do
without
you
a
think
doubt.
we'll see a trailer at the Game Awards?
I fucking hope so.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
If they
Because there's
did,
like nothing else coming up, like events wise.
The first trailer
there's
for
rumors
Resident Evil 2
from-
wasn't even a trailer. It was just like this Japanese guy like pulling off his jumper and then just having a shirt saying, "We do it." Like it literally, the
Yeah.
shirt said, "We do it." And
Really?
it had Resident Evil 2 in the background. It was just like, "We've listened and we're going to do it."
And then what? The following year they showed that trailer with the mouse.
No. Like I think it was like 2.5 years later.
Oh,
3 years
whoa,
later.
really?
There was a massive like dip in talking about Resident Evil.
Wow.
Lack
okay.
of hype in the center there.
Yeah.
And that's why in the E3 thing, I was like, "What's this game about rats?" I was like, "What's going on here?" I was like, "No way, it's Resident Evil 2!" Like, yeah, you know me,
Yeah, reappeared out of
That's
nowhere
cool.
sort of thing.
fully.
Nice.
But yeah, I hope we see a-
Capcom are like known for bringing out games in January, but like
Yeah, they are.
They wouldn't.
They-
No, I mean yes, they are for sure, but they wouldn't do.
They wouldn't be
RE3 in
ready yet.
January. I assume
no way
Will
that they
they?
without saying, like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll just put it that way. But I would assume they would have started working on RE3 as soon as like RE2 started taking shape, because they're like, wait, this is getting real good. Like,
Yeah, like I would have said, like once they've started getting the assets and they're like,
Yeah, but it
you know,
depends how
knowing
big that
the fan
studio
want,
is.
Being, being like, yeah, I guess depending on how big the studio is, just being like, okay, this is our
Capcom.
larger RE2
Yeah.
team, and here's our smaller RE3 team where we're gonna start growing.
But even
that
then,
world.
like even then, if they had a small team working on it, you're talking like Monster Hunter and DMC also coming out in the same kind of time period, and Monster Hunter DLC.
Capcom huge though.
Yeah, but like to develop two games at the same time and then have one like out in January and then finish development and out the following January, like that's very quick turnaround time.
Yeah,
And I know
100%
like you're saying like some things may get reused, like the police station, but like there's still a lot that goes into. I personally can't imagine it coming out.
Dylan
yet.
doesn't think it'll come out in January.
not at all.
No, yeah. But I'm saying like,
I would almost say it's guaranteed it would not come out in January. Like 2020 is what they're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's not even official.
Yeah, that's just
no, that's
rooms.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like Capcom have only really released them in January. Well, I guess DMC was like February, but
Look, I don't care about when it comes out.
yeah.
I don't even care if it comes out in 2020. I just want it, and I want it to be. The
And if
best
it's
version
2021,
that
it's
it
probably
was.
going to be next gen as well. So
Fair enough. And you know
Ooh.
what? If that's the case, that's
In January.
Oh, next gen. Oh my god.
I'm like,
Oh my god.
could be a launch title.
Oh, everyone says that about every game. Oh, Cyberpunk's going to be a launch title for. No, it's not.
It's not.
Yeah,
comes
rip.
out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it'll get a upgrade for next gen, but it's
Yeah,
not
but it won't be a
a
launch.
launch title.
No,
it already
fully.
came out.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, fools.
But yeah. Anyway, with Resident Evil, I think there is a lot of credence to the fact that they have built a lot of assets that could then be transferred into Resident Evil 3. Not just the police station, but I mean, like even like the
you built
police
a
cars that
wall.
are around
Yeah.
there. A lot of the,
Oh yeah, for sure.
all of this, like the actual parts
The
of Raccoon
debris.
City. But then again, you've got a whole new character set to work on. You've got a
Scripts.
whole, you've got all this voice recording,
Yeah.
all these things. Like I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like it's not just about we took these assets and flipped it around. But I do think that would have significantly cut down on development.
Sure.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
yeah.
think there's some credence to that thought.
And
too.
it's not a sports game, so Capcom are probably actually going to make it good.
But I feel like a lot of the weapons and stuff they're going to translate
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And because there was never any assault rifles or anything like that inside of Resident Evil 2. But then they came into Resident Evil 3.
okay.
And like they've already got the mechanics down. Like that RE engine is just gorgeous. It is just such a juicy piece of tech.
Yeah, I really want to play DMC.
Then they've also got the assets that they reused from Resident Evil 7 in Resident Evil 2. I mean,
Yeah.
like, they've just got, and there's other games like DMC and shit like that. All those assets can work
Move
in. I mean,
around.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming that that's the case because it's all in the same engine, right? So
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's going to make the game come out tomorrow, but I think that that's going to have an impact on, I guess, the overall investment of making that.
And the difficulty in actually developing it
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
be less because they've got so much work already done.
100%.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if it didn't come out, like if they weren't working on it. Because like
Yeah,
RE2
same.
went freaking gangbusters, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, mad dollars.
I assume so. Plus, it's like in everyone's Game of the Year
Yeah, Game of the Year,
conversations,
so-
and it's in
100%.
like Game Awards nominations.
I think it's got a good chance of winning. I don't think Death Stranding does.
Yeah, I still feel the same way I did last week. I think Death Stranding, if it got it,
amazing.
deserves it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
It is amazing. But I'm like,
but I still think Sekiro should win it.
it's just that like the Metacritic scores and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Sekiro and RE2 are the highest. RE2 is the highest.
if
But
Sekiro will win.
Sekiro got like 91.
Sekiro is amazing.
It really is.
Man, we got spoiled this year.
Yeah,
eh?
we did.
I know. I
good
was talking to someone on Twitter the other day, and they're like, "Oh, it's not anything compared to last year." I'm like, but it's so good. Like, I don't know what.
Calm down.
What is anyone
enjoy
complaining about?
things.
Yeah.
What did we like? God of War and Red Dead 2 were phenomenal, but
Yeah.
what else? Like, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't play as many games last year, but
I think Monster Hunter came out.
didn't. I guess
last year
didn't
as
play
well,
it. So
I think
Neither.
maybe.
Oh well.
I don't know. What's time?
what is time?
What is time?
Still, there's a lot of good shit coming up, and like, freaking Dreamcast guy saying that like Resident Evil 3 will be Game of the Year for 2020.
What a
Nah,
ridiculous
mate.
statement.
Dude, seriously, Cyberpunk's coming
You
out.
got Final Fantasy 7 coming out,
Yeah.
Cyberpunk coming out,
Yeah.
Last of Us 2 coming out.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
you, like RE3 may be amazing, and I don't doubt that it will be amazing.
Yeah, like it'll.
but
I
up
hope-
against those three games, like
Get real.
they're not gonna fail.
Yeah.
To be honest
Right.
with you, though, like before Resident Evil 2 came out and before people started to realize what it was and how amazing it was, I never would have thought that it would have been like a Game of the Year contender. I would have thought
Sure.
it would be one of those games that were there to please the fans.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
just
it's like an
here you go.
up-res. Yeah.
Exactly. It was just like, here you go, guys. Like, you've been asking for this, so like, here's a little treat for you. Mwah. You know what I mean? Like,
But
it's
then,
like-
then they're talking about being like Game of the Year and stuff, and it was phenomenal. But yeah, anyway, I digress.
But yeah. I mean, hey, it could be that good, but Dreamcast guys, shut up.
I'm really excited for
Pull your
next
head in,
year's
mate.
games.
Pull
though. Like,
Pull your fucking head in.
Yeah, next year's gonna be huge.
wow.
What's
It's
coming out
huge
next year?
every year.
I
Half
don't
Life
know,
Alyx,
nothing.
Half Life
Cyberpunk,
Alyx, and that's it.
Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal,
You got Cyberpunk. You got what else?
Halo Infinite.
Oh, as
Fantasy
you said,
7 I
Halo.
wanna play.
Fuck, Halo Infinite. Yeah. Last of Us 2.
What's that?
no.
That freaking Tsushima.
Oh, Ghost of Tsushima.
It's supposed to come out next year.
Yeah.
Is it?
Potentially
Yeah.
Biomutant, seeing as it's supposed to come out this year.
Biomutant. December 30th.
Yeah. Something else. Oh, did you guys see a bit of a change of topic? But the Playground Games like artwork that got like, I don't know if it got leaked or if, like an artist page was showing it. It's like like some character models
Yes,
for Playground's
I did see
RPG,
that.
which like everyone assumes is Fable. And oh my god,
I
it
did see
looks
that. They look
beautiful. It's like
I need those pictures.
it's so fucking cool.
Not that I have ever
shared
played
it on my
Fable, but
tweets.
I'm about it.
What?
Never played Fable.
Never played Fable.
Fucking Peter Molyneux. I swear.
Fable
to God.
was
You
awesome.
can plant a tree and
Yeah.
then come back 5 years later and it will have grown into a mighty strong oak.
Fuck off, Peter Molyneux. I really,
Hashtag
really.
Molyneux lied.
Molyneux lied. Molyneux Gate. No one will be able to spell it. Like,
Yeah. There might be this one hashtag for everything. It just
most
feels.
inconsistent hashtag ever. But yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
Molyneux Gate.
Watch Dogs is going to come out next year as well. We'll see how that goes.
I thought it got pushed.
Oh, did it? Did it get
All
pushed
the
that
Ubisoft
far? I
games
thought it-
got pushed, but yeah,
You
but
know
maybe
how much
not.
I don't
Yeah, who
care
knows?
about that.
Avengers next year.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there's heaps of stuff that's
I've
coming
got
out
no
next year.
hope for that.
No, neither.
Which sucks because I
Dying Light
would
2.
I would love a fantastic Avengers game.
Sure, yeah.
But no,
Same.
I don't care. We've got enough problems next year anyway. By problems, I mean like great games to play.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I'm talking about.
Problems. Get out of here, man.
I mean,
Oh,
we've got
so
enough financial problems next year.
I mean, people think Dragon Age 4 might come out next year as well.
No, they've pushed
that
that
been
back
pushed
to
as
like
well?
a long time.
Good.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, that's coming out in 4
Yeah,
years.
we're gonna fix Anthem first.
Elden Ring, though.
Is that a next year
Will that
game?
come out next year?
so.
They haven't
Hope so.
said. Yeah, they've literally said nothing since that trailer.
George R. R. Martin stuff, but it's gonna be like so away from Game of Thrones, so it's like it's got nothing to do with it. Like,
Yeah,
Look,
no.
I believe in FromSoft, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Apparently
I don't
he
know
like
what games have they made that were any good.
apparently
Oh,
like
wait,
he wrote.
all of them.
every single
I think I see a
one.
vein forming on Cat's head, and it's about to explode.
It's gonna fucking get
Blood
me.
everywhere now.
No, seriously, Sekiro was a masterpiece.
What? George R. R. Martin, what I hear like on Vardy video was like, I think George R. R. Martin like helped develop like the lore, like the world, and then Miyazaki is like writing it or something like that. Like,
Oh, right.
yeah, because
Yeah, that
he's
makes
like a
sense to me.
consultant, but he's
Yeah.
like created the world, and then
Interesting.
hand it to them like, here you go,
Yeah,
which I think's cool
because the way that FromSoft does their lore is
So obtuse.
so obtuse,
Abstract.
but amazing, and like all its own thing. Like
Yeah.
no one else does lore in any similar way. So
Yeah, like
it would be
item
really
descriptions.
yeah, it would be really hard to bring in someone who does not do that to just be like, you are doing our game now. Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
it would be
yeah.
a completely different feel. So I can
Yeah.
totally understand. Like
Oh, yeah, that does make sense.
he may have developed all of this back lore, and then they're like, okay, well, this is how we're going to present it.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
a
Like
player.
he's not helping write the game, which well, as far as I know,
Yeah.
which I think is really cool. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, leave
For
that
them
to
to
the
get-
video game writers, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, they have experience with that sort of
fuck
shit.
yeah, that's exactly
And
that's what they do.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, it's so obtuse in Dark Souls. At least it was a little more straightforward in Sekiro.
yeah. At least I like. I mean, I haven't played Dark Souls,
It's better to
but
listen to like
there is a
Kiro
lot
or-
of like explaining, like
What was that kid's name
in the
again?
background.
Is it
Kuro.
Kuro?
Kuro.
Kuro? If I had to fucking listen to that kid speak one more time.
Yeah.
I liked Kuro. What's wrong with Kuro?
Blah, 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 blah. Yes, master.
That's a good Sekiro. Yes, master. Okay.
Oh, God. Shadows Die Thrice. I'm look forward to the sequel. As if
Great name for a sequel.
Yeah.
Shadows Die Thrice.
Shadows die twice squared.
Ooh. Yeah, now we're talking XD Extreme Edition.
Yeah.
Fucking
Hashtag.
Turbo.
Turbonuclear mode.
If Capcom's going to have a say about it, they can drop in some longer names. Anyway, we might shift gears and do everyone's favorite little segment.
Dylan's favourite.
Dylan's favourite segment.
Dylan loves it.
I regret coming up with this.
Too bad.
Hey, there's not many games coming, so
But it's time for Yeet or Delete. We're going to be talking
It's
about
actually really short.
we still didn't make it.
upcoming... Fuck off. So we're
Not you, we. I said we.
So we're going to be talking about the upcoming games for the remainder of 2019.
Just punched the table. It really hurt.
Can you just like pull your fucking stuff together
Sorry.
or what? Just get your shit, put it in a bag, just get it all together, just put it in a bag. I don't care what you got to do, just get it done. All right,
Get
dude.
your
you
shit.
might wanna-
My mic just keeps falling over. I'm sad.
Okay, so I'm gonna kick us off, and then Elliot, you might want to take over because Kat's just fucking getting her life together over there. So
Yeah.
Sure.
anyway, I'm gonna start it off with a game I know nothing about. Arise, a simple story for PS4, Xbox One, PC, coming out December 3rd.
It looks real cute.
This was at PlayStation. What do they call their things?
What do you mean?
You know, the little PlayStation Direct thing?
PlayStation Direct. State of Play.
State of Play,
Thank
yeah.
you. Yeah, delete.
Arise. I don't know if I have time to Google each of
Oh,
all of it.
fuck
Anyway,
No, it looks real cute. I will yeet it.
You can
'cause
yeet
I
it?
like cute stuff.
that's 2 deletes to 1 yeet. All right, let's get on the street. So, Halo Reach, Xbox One, December 3rd. I'm going to give that
And
a...
PC.
Yeah, I was going to say, why does it say Xbox
I
One?
don't know, but maybe
Definitely on PC. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Halo, yeah, December
Huge
3rd. Massive yeet. Like throbbing yeet. If
Game Pass Yeet.
I'll give it a soft yeet, I guess. I haven't played any Halo.
Oh, it's a good place to start
Oh,
because
so-
it is the first in the chronological timeline. So even though
I
it was the
realise,
last
like,
one that came out,
I
like
think
last Bungie game before Destiny.
This segment might be flawed.
Why?
Why? Because yeet means throw.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't worry.
Yeah, no,
I'm
we-
pretty sure we mentioned
we
that
went
on
over
the
that
first
before.
episode.
It's
so,
fine.
Yeah.
Look,
It's fine. You just don't question the
You don't
system.
question
Talk about it.
You know delete's bad, so yeet's just the other option, alright?
Like, you
Like,
can be like, throw it in.
throw it in my shopping basket.
Yeah, throw it on the
Yeet.
good pile
Yeah.
of games.
Yeah,
all
yeet
right.
it in. Yeah,
I
like
want to
that.
yeet Halo Reach because when we were in Melbourne, you were talking about the lore so much, and I was like, man, this is super interesting, but I know nothing about it. So I'm going to yeet it, so hopefully I can get into it.
I've been like watching those lore vids. Fuck, they're so good.
It's so interesting. And
Yeah.
also, like, the rest of the Master Chief Collection is already on Xbox, obviously, but it's not on PC. But as they come out, you can play Reach, like, coming up, and then 1, 2, 3, ODST, 4,
in chronological order.
Yeah.
Or in story order.
Yeah.
Which is
Alright,
cool.
You can tell me which order it goes in, and I'll do it.
It's just
He
reach
just
first and then
literally just-
1, 2.
I know, but I'll
maybe 1,
forget.
2 ODST, then 3. I can't remember.
I don't know if Wars comes into it at all, like in terms of that.
It's a great question. I've never played Wars. I played it a bit, but
I think that's where a lot of lore comes from as well. When they're talking about, especially like the Hive and stuff. The Hive, the Covenant. No, the
shit.
the Flood.
The flood. Thank
Yeah.
you. Also books. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Anyways.
Anyway, next up, I'm going to hard delete this before I even talk about it. It's called Life is Strange 2, Episode 5, PS4, Xbox One, PC, December
I
3rd.
think that's the final one.
Hope so.
I'll yeet it when I play all of them,
Yeah.
which is going to be
Yeah.
a while.
I'll yeet it if I'd started episode 1, but I haven't.
I mean,
so-
it's backlog time.
No, I'm just going to control or delete it. So, like, what's up?
It's also on Game Pass, I think, the rest of the series.
Is it
so-
really?
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know
a yeet
about
then for me.
PC, but
Maybe a yeet. I don't know.
care about it.
yeah.
That's not me. Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, PS4,
wow.
Xbox One, Switch, December 3rd.
I didn't know that was coming to everything. That's a huge yeet. That's like
Big yeet.
meant to be, that's Bioware. It's meant to
Yeet.
be like,
I'm going to give that a pretty soft yeet because I used to play that shit when I was a kid.
yeah, I never played that. Everyone's like, you got to play Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights.
That's all D&D
Yeah,
stuff.
I've tried to play Baldur's Gate a few times, and I've always played it in multiplayer, and it fucking dog shit in multiplayer. Like, maybe it's fine single player. I haven't tried it,
Right.
but in multiplayer, one person, whoever speaks to the NPC first, gets to make the decision while everyone else stands around and does fucking nothing, and it's atrocious. So
Yeah.
I would not recommend
Hard
unless
troll your team.
yeah,
I'd be
unless
playing
you
it on
can
my own.
wrangle like the people you're with.
yeah.
Don't do that.
Sure.
Hard wrangle. Elliot, do you want to take over?
Yeah, sure. So we have Saga Scarlet Grace coming out
I didn't
on,
realize you couldn't read properly, man.
I mean, it's very bold. PlayStation 4, Switch, PC, iOS, and Android.
That should make it easier to read.
What are you talking?
It's on this angle. Look, my eyes are terrible. Shut up. That's a huge delete. I don't know what that is, but if it's coming out on everything,
I'm just looking at that, especially with like Saga and like the capital G in the middle of it.
You know
makes
it's
me
a
feel like it's an anime
Japanese
game.
RPG.
Yeah.
It is absolutely like
yeah,
We got a second sense.
Yeah.
Sixth sense for this shit.
second sense. Well, fifth for me because I can't see. Is that a delete for you, Kat?
yeah, I
Can't
don't know
play
enough
it.
about it to care. So delete.
I'm gonna play that on Android.
Yeah.
No way. Fuck
Terminator Resistance is also coming out on December 3.
that. Fuck man. What a day.
On the big three, Xbox One, PlayStation, and PC.
Delete.
So
Yeah,
Shit.
delete.
I'm
You
gonna hit
know it's
delete.
going to be terrible.
it looks like it's an FPS, right?
Yeah, but it's like low budget. Like, which is fun. Low budget games can be great.
One of those double
Check
A
out
games
Direct
that like
Gaming
you
for,
fucking you can suck them. Yeah,
okay,
your
so-
video on double A games was fantastic. You should definitely check out Direct Gaming with a CK because man, your video was fantastic.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, sir.
Why'd
I
you say
appreciate
with
it.
a CK?
With a CK.
What was
I
that
was like,
about?
it's true. I just was like embarrassed about that. No.
Anyways, it got a 9 out of 10.
What?
From who? From
on
Survivor?
Steam.
Survivor?
Metacritic 57.
Cool.
Pay for review.
So,
Toyminator.
Then we have Darksiders Genesis. Now, this says it's only coming to Stadia and PC in this, but I swear it's coming to everything. It's still delete, but like it's interesting
I
because
played Darksiders 2 and it was pretty good. I didn't finish it. I
They're
got
all very
bored of it,
different. Like all the
Yeah, I
Darksiders
played
games are very
Darksiders
different.
1, and then I went back to replay it, and I was like, wow, this is butt.
but- Yeah.
It's been remastered now, but Darksiders Genesis is like a ARPG, like top-down Diablo.
Oh, what?
It is.
Clone kind
And
of
it is
thing.
coming out on everything, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
hectic. Can't wait to play that on Stadia.
Delete.
Can't wait to delete that from
Yeah.
my
Delete,
console.
hard delete.
Yeah, I've
That's a
deleted
unanimous
that.
deletion.
Delete.
All right, next one. Star Ocean. Oh wait, no, sorry. That's
No, that's fine. Why is it Star Ocean First Departure R? Is
Yeah,
this,
I don't know what.
R is for ridiculous.
There's
R
another
is
Japanese
for-
RPG in it, isn't it? We all,
Star Ocean, yeah,
Rank.
definitely.
yeah.
I think was it Star Ocean?
I'm
That was
sure
the one
it's
that was
probably
like
good.
The Dreamcast was like it had one of its first online games. Or is it no? That's Fantasy Star.
Fantasy Star Online.
Yeah.
That is coming to Xbox though, not December. So that's coming out on the 5th as well. Delete.
I mean, I
I'm
might
not
use
interested.
that
PS4
if I had enough
and
money.
Switch. Yeah.
Do you know anything about it?
It's a JRPG, and I
Cool.
like those. So
Have you got Persona? Play Persona.
I know that's the one I'm
So
looking at
much
getting.
better.
Yeah.
Even though I've never played Star Ocean, but I'm just going to say it's better because Persona's really good.
Because we are biased gamers who don't have enough
Yeah,
money
why
to
not?
play this shit. Anyway, moving on.
My backlog's big enough. I'm not putting an RPG in.
Assassin's Creed: The Rebel Collection
To Switch
to Switch. Yeah,
on December 6th.
That's Rogue and Black Flag.
Black Flag.
Yeah.
Black Flag's the best one, man.
Black Flag is legitimately the best one.
And Rogue's meant to be amazing, but it like kind of fell by the
Like,
wayside
shit,
because
That was like the
Rogue
last
came
gen
out.
one.
Yeah, when Unity came out on Xbox One and PS4, Rogue came out on
PS3 and
previous
Xbox
gen.
360.
Weird.
But you play as a Templar, and it's the same mechanics as
You start as an assassin, but then you start as an assassin and then you become a Templar.
yeah. You
Which
leave
is great
the order.
story. Yeah, but like in the game you do that because they fuck you over. I love that. What a
That's
cool
cool.
And it's the
idea.
exact same mechanics as 4. Like, it's just in Canada. So it's all icy and shit. Like, you have a ship and everything.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
like,
I remember that. Yeah.
it's
Right.
exactly the same ship mechanics and everything.
Black
but
Flag was
it's
so
not
good.
in the
was
tropics.
the best Assassin's
the
Creed. I
whaling.
had so much fun with that
Oh my
game.
god, the whaling.
The whaling.
The
Diving bells and shit. And then
Ghost
the fact that
ships?
you could the ghost ships. And then the fact that you could like stand in the middle of like fucking like 20 of those colonial dudes that are there and then just rip through all
Yeah,
of them.
shred
Because
them all.
you just dance around and you start stabbing people left, right, and center. You're
Dressed like a
Edward
sea
Kenway.
shanty. Like.
Oh god.
Edward Kenway was my boy.
Anyways,
Old
I'm
Kenway.
still going to delete that though because I don't want to play it on Switch.
Yeah, especially because number 3 apparently there was dog shit on the Switch, like
Was it really?
optimized really badly.
If
maybe
I
that
can
was
cram-
hold on, maybe that was on PC. No, I think it was on
a whole
Switch.
myriad
Oh,
of issues of PC versions of Assassin's Creed. I mean,
Yeah.
what was the French one?
Unity.
The one with like they had the eyes. Like,
Yeah,
it's just,
yeah.
like,
Oh,
the
yeah,
naked
yeah,
eyes. Yeah, that was spooky.
Next, that is coming out on December 6th. On
I
December
hope
9.
it's good. If they can fit The Witcher on there,
Yeah, why not?
surely.
They can fit anything. If
Oh,
they
but
can
like-
fit The Witcher,
Yeah.
they can fit anything.
CD Projekt Red didn't make that Witcher. Like,
No.
no, it was.
I don't
someone
know who
else
it
bought
was. I can't remember.
Right? Anyway,
Some poor
Anyway,
house.
on December 9, we've got Ashen going to PlayStation 4 and Switch. I'm Yeet that. It's a Dark Souls like.
It's a Souls-like.
Yeah, Souls like. Thank you.
It was.
I added an extra word.
Was
Dank.
dang Souls-like.
Dank Souls like.
Um,
They're like faceless dudes.
I think it's getting taken off Game Pass as well on Xbox.
Well, it's not on PC Game Pass. Otherwise, I
No,
would have played
no,
the
it was.
shit out of it
Yeah.
because it looks really good. I
that was
really
that
like
was
it.
day and date on Game Pass. when it
Really?
released last year. Yeah.
I'm jealous.
whoa, this looks amazing.
Yeah, I've been all about it
Environments
for a
look great.
while because it was on Steam for so long, and like you could pre-order it, and then it wasn't on Steam; it was on Epic, and I was like, wait, I'm really confused. So, but anyways, I
But now
need
it's
that
coming
game.
to PlayStation and Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And it's
I'll
not
probably
full
play it on
price game.
Switch.
It's an indie like priced game.
It looks
Yeah.
really cool. I mean, I'm going to yeet that. I'm going to give that
Yeah.
a solid yeet. I'll
I'll
play
give
that
it
on
a yeet,
Switch.
even though I haven't played it all year. But
On December 10, we've got Hearthstone: Descent of Dragons.
fucking
Delete.
Anyway,
Oh, what about Hearth?
Mech
nah,
Warrior
delete.
5
Fuck that.
Mercenaries on PC coming December 10th.
Still
Delete.
making Mech Warrior games?
Apparently, delete.
Narcos: Rise of the Cartels. That's the XCOM of
XCOM
cocaine.
Coke.
Yeah,
I might check
Also
that out
December
now. I didn't
10.
know that was coming out. Also,
I've heard mixed reviews.
Yeah.
like not
You like
so good
XCOM
ones.
though,
I love
Elliot,
XCOM
so
games. Yeah,
You'll be
Do you
happy.
care about like the DEA versing like Colombian drug smugglers and stuff? Is that something that'll
He
pique
might.
your
it's
interest?
interesting. Do I get to be the drug smugglers or the DEA?
I hope both, but
Both.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be cool in
I
multiplayer.
hope, but I don't know.
Also, it's not on this list, but I'm pretty sure Phoenix Point is coming out in December, and that is like quite literally an XCOM game, pretty much. Except it's just set in a different world, but it's made by the creator of the original XCOM. But even like the way, like the UI works and everything,
I don't know, man. When I look it up, it just said the release date was supposed to be the 3rd of September. So
No, if you go to another
yeah.
website,
No,
it says
this
the
one
3rd of
it's
December.
changed to
and
3rd of December. You're right.
it's a Kickstarter game though, but yeah, doesn't say
Unity game as well.
definitively. Is that bad?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Unity's
think it's
good.
inherently bad. Unity's gotten a lot better.
But it looks
come a long
it
way
looks
from Slender.
brilliant. It looks better than XCOM in the way that in the way that combat works, and like you're not just like you can like pick body parts to shoot and like disable weapons, and it just looks really cool. Very, very.
Whoa, look at these crab boys.
I like Crab Boys.
And you can
I
like
guess.
shoot
Why
their
not?
arm off so they can't attack you and stuff like that.
Can you
Like,
eat them? Bit of butter.
Oh,
yeah,
nom, nom,
yum. But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't have an official release date, so Game Informer,
Nice.
where we steal this list, didn't have it.
Thanks, Game Informer.
Thanks.
Thanks for outing us,
Yeah,
Elliot.
Don't out us. Don't out us. I mean, there's other games that are coming out later in the month, but not that we care about, I guess. Like, they all stop at December 10.
Yeah, it's
Bye.
2 days before the Game Awards,
Yeah.
which is the cutoff is not that anyway, but
Yeah.
you know. Star Wars got snubbed. Anyway.
Fucking hashtag free Star Wars. Like, anyway. All right. Well, that is the conclusion to Yeet, End or Delete. I think we
End to this episode.
Yeah, there you go. End of the episode. There we go. Tied it all up quite nicely. So
We spoke for way longer than we thought we were.
yeah,
As always.
This is probably an hour and a half, if not more.
That's fine.
Oh, that's funny.
You're
Oh, well.
welcome.
Yeah, righto, champ. Rightio, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to episode 26 of Spawn Respawn. Look at us chugging away. We're working on the grind. We're getting it going. If you want to give us
Half a
any
year.
sponsorships, you just hit us right up. Because, of course, we're willing to accept.
Hit up
Papa's
Dylan.
trying to pay for a new Valve Index.
Please send me $1.
Need it all I can get. But my name is Dylan Smith. You can find me on Twitter at CitizenSmith14.
My name is Kat. You can find me as a CapCatty on Twitter.
And I'm Elliot. You can find me on Twitter as @DirectGaming and on YouTube/DirectGaming.
Thank
You
you.
should
Hell
.com.
yeah. That is episode 26 complete. Thanks for listening to Spawn Respawn, and we'll catch you in our spoiler cast of Death Stranding.
Yeah,
which
hit it
is-
up right away.
All right.
End this one.
Get involved.
Head to the spoiler cast.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.